All right, guys, good news, bad news. Good news is we got the base underneath the machine, uprights and everything else. The bad news is I want to do all this outside the machine. But we were talking and we'd probably kill a week by doing that. And the reason being is I have to sneak this machine underneath here. When you have the upper Y-axis, it would have been getting close because how we have to lift this thing into place to get it in here because of these lower brackets right here makes it a pain in the ass. So we ended up doing is we're going to do everything inside the machine. So then that way I didn't have any height restrictions when we had to slide the bedway in, and we could still continue to work on this. Here's a gib I was showing you that we had to remake. You can see that it's sticking out quite a bit. That's a good thing because we went oversized. We're not done refitting it, but that's where we're at with this one. Once we get the gib done, I believe we have to do the oil groove lines, and then also the binders have to be done on this thing. We haven't done that yet. Once that's all said and done, which it's pretty close, we'll be able to start bolting everything up there, putting the spindle up, sub-spindle, and we'll get a little bit closer. I'm not exactly happy to do this inside the machine. I wanted to do it over there where you could see all the functions and whatnot. But with the time frame we have, it's kind of like we had no choice. I don't want to delay you guys any longer, and you know, just for a video, it didn't make sense. So we got it all. We're going to start. I'm going to have one guy start connecting some stuff in the back half. Henry's going to keep on going along with this slide. When it comes to grinding this material, I think it's like 18 thousandths per inch. I'm guessing on the gib. We already have our fixture set up over here to grind it. Just to cheat it a little bit, we already match up the angle and everything else for this thing. So he's going to go about that. He still wants to put material on there, which would be turcite. He doesn't want to leave it metal and metal. And I don't disagree with him. It came from the factory like that. We should do the same thing, but we don't need 90 thousandths on it. We're going to probably put 32 thousandths on it, so that'd be sufficient. But we're going to talk to him a little bit about that later this week. We got wake wipers over here. I'm not sure what they go to. So we're slowly piecing stuff together, and that would be other technicians jumping on board once this is all done. So I'm sorry we didn't get to do the video outside the machine showing everything. I could still do the video inside of it, but you know, we're going to have stuff hanging around and shit like that. So not as cool, but it's what we have to do to get us out a little bit faster, a little bit quicker on this machine. So, you know, I talked to Todd today about, you know, how we go about checking these things before it goes out to you. Really what it comes down to is I have to make sure that I put a test bar in the main spindle that would come across. I have to put another test bar in the sub-spindle. Now the test bars are the same length and the same thickness. So then I have to take this x-axis, and over the side, I have to hit 0 from the front to front and back, or you know, from to the chuck towards the tailstock or sub-spindle, and vice versa. So we have to make sure that length is 0. And when I transition to the second test bar, I have to hit 0, and I have to continue that on as far as the axis will let me to. And I have to do the side, and then I also have to do the top. So I'm going to be checking 2 angles and make sure that's all trued up. And then I have to do that as well for the x-axis. I'll have to come in here and I'll have to indicate the top and the side to make sure that this spindle and this spindle are perfectly lined up, and that axis tracks true all the way through. So that's how I know my machine's cut 0, is when you put a 10th indicator on it with precision test bars in it, you can't make that up. The only thing that we would have to do is we have to make sure we hit centerline for this turret. Obviously we have to put the turret on, measure the height on that one. This one's a lot easier because you got your y-axis, you guys already know, so we could program that a little bit. Excuse me, just because we know we got it close with the turcite and everything else, but we'll get into that later. Once I have the machine up in the running stage and everything's put together and stuff, it's going to be running for probably about 2 or 3 days continuously, whatever program we put in it. And we'll probably get methods out here to put a program where it uses all the functions of the machine. And then once we get the green light from that saying everything looks good, there's no too much oil, not enough oil in certain spots, or whatever the case is, then we will invite you guys out here and you guys can do whatever test cuts you want on the machine The only thing is that we don't have coolant. So if we do a test cut, you know, maybe we take off 5 thousandths at each axis and we'll see how the numbers calibrate and everything else. So that's the best way. I'm also going to do the Renishaw test for you, which would be the XL-80, which would be checking out the position. So if you want the lower x-axis to move 5 inches, she will move exactly 5 inches. And then the other one is we can do the ball bar to make sure that, you know, you have good circular motion, and that tells you exactly what's off on the machine. I could get you guys an example on that as well. So we are making our way. Like I said, I didn't want to do it this way, but you know, it saves us a week. So guess what? We're doing it. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I got my cell phone on me at all times, and we'll do another video probably Monday next week. Excuse me, and show you where we're at with that, and hopefully get this one finished to move on to the next thing. Thank you.